on the News Channel 5 network. This is Score on Business.
Hey, welcome to Score on Business. I'm Pete Hendricks, an entrepreneur and your host for today. A lot of folks aren't sure how to get started with opening a business. Check out scorenashville.org. We have many resources. So let's get to our first guest. Okay, so John Hoshite leads the team at Murraysboro Data Center and Data Suites Data Centers. Among other things, they provide a place for companies to put their servers that's professionally managed and safe from most natural disasters. Before becoming an entrepreneur, John was a tech leader in Nashville for 20 years, and thanks for being here.
Sure thing. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah. Tell us about Murraysboro Data Center.
So we decided to build a data center in Murraysboro to really help out the business community, and that's really important because data centers, being a tech household or tech holding spot for servers, data, information, is critical for an area to really advance with technology. And it's a keystone or cornerstone for a lot of businesses as well. So we've built a modular data center in the county. It is holds roughly 240 racks of technology, communications, fiber optics equipment, and other technologies, but most importantly, people's assets and information.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an exciting endeavor, and we're glad to be open.
Yeah, and one thing, as you know, data center is part of what I do for a living. One thing that's really different about what you all are doing versus the other public data centers that I'm familiar with is that you're using the modular technology. And what is that, and why does it matter?
Well, we've actually, with the assistance of several other tech companies, come up with a methodology to make what you're calling the modular data center. It's a smaller, contained environment that expands with lean technologies. So our footprint, both energy-wise and cooling-wise, expands as our demand grows. So our overhead is actually much lower than the traditional monolithic.
Which lowers pricing to the customers as well.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
While still being able to provide a capability and level of service that competes with some of the larger data centers in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so what should entrepreneurs know about cloud? And maybe start out with software as a service.
Sure. And cloud can be a very confusing topic for a lot of people. What is it? Where does it live? So I'll start with a little bit about that. Cloud really just implies that something data-wise or hardware-wise is being managed by someone else somewhere else. So when you're an entrepreneur starting out, you end up going onto the websites of a lot of companies, and that's referred to as software as a service. Your Intuit's or Salesforce or other companies that have websites and web applications are a great place for small companies to start to get their business infrastructure.
Right. Yeah.
After that, your company will grow to a point where you may have to develop your own applications, or you have to house your customers' information. And this is where private and hybrid cloud really comes into play. At some points, your business may have server needs or other data needs, and when you have to manage that, one of the best places to put that data is in a colo data center.
Which is Data Suites Data Centers.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a real believer in using public data centers because while companies can put the servers in their office, they have needs. Basically, in a public data center, you have people who know what they're doing, taking care of things in a facility that is specifically designed to protect.
You're dead on. There's a lot of requirements that a data center has to meet. Anything from temperature management, humidity, even static reduction, plus redundancy. And the common office typically doesn't have that. Additionally, what most people don't think about is these things generally consume a lot of power. Larger companies and larger data centers have leveraged power rates that are more cost effective. So in the long run, it's often less expensive to host in a colocation data center.
Yeah. It's hard to think of a better way to burn up a server than to put it in a little closet.
And I have seen that happen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, maybe we'll go ahead and take a break and come back and we'll finish talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Thanks.
Okay.